Ladies and gentlemen, day 138 of the Russian invasion and the ninth year of the Russian Federation's war against Ukraine. My name is Andriy Shevchenko. On behalf of the Media Center Ukraine team, I want to welcome all the journalists that are highlighting our fight for freedom. We have Mr. Serhiy Bratchuk, spokesperson of Odesa Oblast military administration. Serhiy, what is new? What is the most relevant for you as of today? Glory to Ukraine. Greetings. There's just been a missile strike on Odessa region. 4 missiles from the direction of the temporarily occupied Crimea from the sea. So these 4 missiles landed in our region. 1 missile hit a building. All the other details are being specified. According to preliminary information, there are no casualties. I will be able to provide you with more details a little bit later. Where exactly did that happen? Odessa region. Is there any understanding of the potential targets for the Russians, or this is just the continuation of their attempts to terrorize the local population? Well, considering the nature of these missile strikes, it looks like this is just the continuation of Russia's daily attempts to terrorize the local population because that building that was hit is not a military infrastructure facility. So these are attacks on infrastructural facilities, on ordinary citizens. This is part and parcel of psychological campaign as well, because we haven't had any air raid alerts for a couple of days, but the adversary tactics are clear because in the past they would use aircraft, and it's the same this time. These airplanes take off from the temporary occupied territory or even from the depths of Russia. We have the latest interview by Minister of Defense Alexei Reznikov, and he claims there that our president, as the commander-in-chief, gave an order to deoccupy the south of the country. What does it mean for your region and for your military administration? uh, since Snake Island was liberated and the village of Pili in Odessa region, we believed that that would be a starting point for further liberation of the south of Ukraine. And that's what is happening right now. And we really hope that in the near future we will observe the liberation of Kherson region and some of the occupied territories in Mykolaiv region. But we should not really impede Ukraine's armed forces, and we need to maintain this media silence to the best of our capacity. And with regard to Odessa region, such liberation will reduce a threat for us. Well, the risk of missile strikes is still there, as we can see, but definitely the northwestern part of the Black Sea will be more secure, and it will also contribute to restoring maritime routes for grain exports in the first place. This topic is pertinent. This is yet another act of terror on the part of the Russian Federation. They continue blocking our seaports, and because of that, Ukraine cannot deliver on its commitments. We cannot export our grain. It's all about this artificial hunger. It's even an act of genocide against multiple other nations. Snake Island has been liberated, and I really hope that will facilitate the resolution of the port issue. But this is just a first step. There's information floating that Snake Island will help deblock sea transportation with the use of the Danube River. What exactly does it mean? It's all about increased freight capacity. Our agri-businesses will be able to export their products to other countries. It's all about increased proceeds into the state budget of Ukraine, and the more funds we have in our budget, the better funding we will have for our armed forces, and the better equipped and positioned we will be to fight. So there is a clear logical connection there. When Odessa ports were mined, we also started developing other routes, railroad routes, ground routes. Of course, the throughput capacity is a far cry from our maritime transportation routes, but it contributes to the resolution of this issue. Can you confirm that in the near future we will be able to use the Danube River for exports? Well, I can say that everything has its own timing, but we definitely cherish expectations of this. What are some other developments in Odessa region? What are some of the most relevant topics for you? The agrarian front is one of the most important ones right now. Odessa region was the first region in Ukraine to start harvesting. We started with the spring barley. The level is not the same as before the war. We still have to export the previous harvest, but harvesting is very important for us to fulfill our commitments. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our agribusinesses. I cannot disclose comprehensive information. There are a lot of outstanding issues about storing this year's harvest. Our agribusinesses have already come up with some interesting ideas, and all the grain will be stored in line with the latest technologies. So does that mean that there are some changes in grain storage? So there are some alternatives to grain silos. It's not really about the technology, it's more about the format. I cannot really disclose any further details at this point. Thank you very much. We had Serhiy Bratchuk, a spokesperson of Odesa Oblast Military Administration, with us. Thank you. This is the end of our press briefings within Media Center.